Hello, I'm Pam,
And I'm John.
and we're not
Done
yet.
yet.
We're back today, a little frustrated. I am because the technology is a bit overwhelming. We do have a Facebook page, though. Not done yet, and we both have. He's frustrated with me because I'm frustrated with that, and
Yeah.
we'll just do our best.
Okay. This is I guess you call it, what do you call this? It's a blog.
Blog.
We'll call it a blog about us. We're a couple, and we're trying to kind of figure things out. We came together late in life. We both got long stories apart from each other.
Mhm.
We met in a 62 and over independent living apartment building. And at the time we moved in here, Pam moved in first with her husband, and I moved in because my wife was in a memory care across the street from here. So we both had spouses when we first met each other, just casually got to know each other. And then a year later or so, or a little over a year later, both our spouses died within a month and a half of each other. And then we kind of got to know each other better. And about a year ago, we just decided to declare ourselves a couple. So that's where we're at.
And what this is really about is we're going to try to be as honest and unfiltered as we can in this discussion, and topics will range from love, loss, lust, and beyond, and in between, and all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel I should tell you how, I'm 81 years old,
okay.
and Pam's 4 years younger than me. So we've had a lot of life experiences. We've lived different places, and we've had our ups and we've had our downs, like everybody else who reaches this age. And I'm sure as we recite them, not all today for sure, but you'll be able to identify and add to them if you'd like. And we just hope we can keep it interesting enough that it's something you'd want to spend your time watching and listening to. Time will tell. We've never done anything like this before. So,
And when we get it set up so we can easily check in comments if there's things you want us to talk about that are not too X-rated or too political or too whatever, sad maybe, we'd be happy to give you our take on them. And John said he thought it was important that we remind you that we both really hate squirrels. So if you have a pet squirrel,
keep them to yourself.
keep it to yourself.
Yeah, we won't feed it. I think maybe we should tell you a little bit of biographical information without dragging it out too much. But I was born in Minneapolis, born and raised in Minneapolis. I'm the oldest of 6 children, and was basically brought up by a single mother, as my widowed mother, as my father died when all 6 of us were quite young. So we were brought up in North Minneapolis by my mother. And at the age of 21, I was tired of the winters here. I had dropped out of college and decided that I needed a new start. So I bought a one-way ticket to Denver in April after just a brutal winter here with lots of snow and lots of cold. And went out to Denver and ended up living there for 11 years. So I'll kind of stop there, and Pam can give you a thumbnail of her experience.
Yeah.
If she'd like.
Yeah. Well, I got on a bus to Denver too with a one-way ticket and lived there for about 4 years before I left to go to graduate school in Seattle. And while I was in Denver, I got involved with a woman, and lived with women for a good part of my young adult life into my 40s, actually, before I got married. So I identify as bisexual. Might as well get that out there.
What?
Yeah, what? Didn't I mention that?
Oh. Oh. Well,
Maybe he is the silly one.
bisexual. I thought you said something else about movies.
Movie?
Okay. Well, I'm a very accepting person.
He is.
So
He is. So was my husband, who I was married to for 32 years. So it's been a long time. And then here I am with a man again. So, there you go. What can I say? And I think an interesting thing about my marriage was that my husband was Mexican American. And it wasn't until recently that I really started to understand how the difference in cultures and background, how that both enriched and challenged me during our marriage. And I'm still processing that, but I think people from different cultures and ethnic backgrounds that come together, that's wonderful, and I loved it. But it also is challenging and something you do and work on. Even with the plain old Minnesota guy,
yeah, it's good.
But I think
It's a
that's
challenge.
why when I did eventually get back to Minnesota 48 years after I left, it was just an easy sliding into the life that I knew as an adult, as a child growing up. I left when I was 22, so I was gone a long time. But Minnesota is my safe space, I think. And this guy is my safe space, too.
That's right. Yeah, and you heard that right. We both, coincidentally, she's 4 years younger than me, and but we both at 4-year interval bought one-way tickets on the Greyhound bus to Denver. We didn't know each other. We didn't live anywhere close together in the Minneapolis area. But I bought my ticket one way in 1965, and I think she probably got hers around 1969.
Yeah, I
So-
think actually it was 1970.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just a real kind of a freak coincidence that we both got those one-way tickets. I guess we were having a deal on them, even though it was 4 years apart.
Yeah.
And went to Denver. And my time in Denver, after I'd been there a few years, I actually got back together with my high school sweetheart from Minneapolis, and we got married. And then after a couple more years, we had our daughter was born. So we ended up moving back to Minneapolis because we wanted to be near relatives. So I didn't. I still hate the winters, but I'm glad we moved back here for my daughter's sake. So and
Yeah.
mine too. So
I hate the winters too, and it was
Yeah.
a large part of why I left. But when you're not working as an older adult, you don't have to go out in the snow every day, so it makes it a lot easier to live in this climate. Of course, I walk my little puppy 3 or 4 times a day, whether it's snowy or rainy or 85.
yeah,
So I do get out.
and we both like we like being retired.
Mhm.
We like it a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And we both are the oldest of 6 kids, and we both suffer from anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder. And it's sort of interesting. I think if we were going to tally up the things that make us anxious, there's a lot of things that we're both anxious about. But then there's certain types of things I'm more anxious about, like socially. And what is it you're more anxious about?
Well, it's been a long time.
Well,
I'm not near as anxious as I used to be.
In
I have
general.
overcome
Okay.
a lot of my anxiety. I used to have social anxiety.
Yes, he doesn't have that
At
anymore.
one point, I didn't even like to drive over bridges for some
I
reason.
don't.
And,
Still,
but I after many years and some therapy and some medication, I'm much better yet, and I don't have social anxiety much anymore at all.
I have that still.
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest thing. But I wouldn't want to drive across bridges that are over water, especially if they're long
Well,
bridges.
railroad tracks are okay though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get hurt less.
Well, railroad tracks, especially around where we live, they're these concrete, they're above the road. So I don't like to drive under them because these old brick concrete things look like they're going to come crashing down. And every time I go under one, I think, oh my God, will I make it to the other side? Now, granted, it's not a big space, but it's enough. It only takes
Yeah.
a little space.
But other than that, we're fine.
Yeah. Well,
We're fairly normal. I mean, people think we're normal. I think.
yeah, they don't know us,
Yeah.
so, really.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know if we should burden you with anything more right now or not. Or,
Maybe not
think of
today.
anything else you want to?
Oh, I just did want to say though that one of the things I struggle with balance, and I think it's because my eyes and also my hearing are not that great. But I hate curbs. I hate having to step off a curb unless there's something I can hold on to, like the hood of a car. And I just felt like letting people know that it's very challenging to step off a curb. And I also have noticed that when it comes to traffic or street related things, that in Seattle I learned that the place on a curb or at a corner that's leveled out for wheelchairs, they call them curb cuts. But if I say curb cut here, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Or if I say parking strip, they don't know what I'm talking about. And if I say arterial stop, they don't know what I'm talking about. And surface roads, they don't know what I'm talking about. Has anyone else noticed that traffic or street related lingo changes from city to city?
What's a surface road, would you say?
It's non-freeway.
Oh,
Because I don't want to drive on the freeway. And about 2 years ago when I had a panic attack at the dentist because I couldn't bear driving there on the freeways, I realized that you can set Google Maps to only take you on routes without freeways. And I have determined that you can literally, absolutely go everywhere without going on a freeway.
I have never heard the term surface road. To me,
Right.
a surface road means
No, not service.
surface.
Surface, yeah.
To me, that means it's not a gravel road; it's a paved,
Oh,
hard
yeah.
cover road.
Well,
So I don't understand your definition of that. But what stays in Seattle, stays in Seattle. Or no, I guess it doesn't. So anyway, okay.
okay, well, I'm gonna keep trying to make sense